Sitting out here doing some work really got me thinking a lot about some things that go on my day-to-day. Not just my day-to-day, but I feel like a whole lot of other people's day-to-day is, why is it that we fight so hard to try to make things work or try to have something that we know we don't want? But the things that we know we want, we just like brush it off and just leave it to the side. My name is Mark Anthony DeBose Jr. and I was born July 4th of 1986. And today is a very interesting day of a very interesting topic. It's something very interesting I'm talking about that I don't know why it is that, I know it's not just me because I see this in many other people. And I hear about this and I read about this and I research about this about many people on this planet. And I'm not even gonna say people, but even animals on this planet. That we seem to always want to fight so hard to just stay with and make things work with things that we know are destructive to us, that we know are damaging us, that we know are not going to be the best for us. But we fight so hard to try and make it work. We fight so hard to try to fix that thing so that it's going to be able to work for us, knowing that we are not going to be able to fix it. And it's not ever going to come around to just being something that is going to be able to be pleasing to us. We fight so hard to the things that are just so dangerous and so destructive to us. But when something really great comes along, when something really fantastic and awesome and amazing comes, and you just look at it and you say that, wow, this is nice, this is smooth, this is amazing, I like this, I can deal with this every single day. We seem to want to push it away as if it's just like no good. It's not enough for you. It's not going to be able to provide you what it is that you need. Even though you say to yourself, it's really good, it's really great, and I just really like it. Why is it that we constantly keep doing that? It's like, well, are we looking for battles? Are we looking for problems? Or is it just some information that's just been fed to us at a young age that we're just constantly thinking of how to be able to just keep on sabotaging ourselves and not being able to have the great, happy, healthy life that we think that we really want? That we really are just constantly looking at something that is good and then we think that is bad. It's like we look at things as the opposite today. It's like we want to have the most destructive relationship. We want to have the most destructive parenting. We want to be the most destructive people on the planet as opposed to being some really good people on this planet. It's like if you're not trying to hurt somebody, nobody even wants to hear about it. And it's a weird thing because I notice like that's even like how the YouTube even works. That most videos that I look at that are booming and cruising, most channels that are just like outrageous, they're always like hating on people, always talking down about people, always being so destructive, making fun of people, looking at people and just pick and choosing and what these little character flaws that they have and just start really dialing it in, and people just always laughing at them, laughing at it. And to me, that just kind of doesn't make sense. It's like you just get your laughs off of seeing somebody hurting, seeing somebody struggling. But when you really want to take a look at it, is it just we're laughing at ourselves? Are we laughing at ourselves because all the stuff that we see, that we're making fun of other people? Are we actually looking at our own selves and thinking about that our own selves? It's something I feel like a lot of us should really just take a good hard look at what it is that we're actually looking at and what we're actually doing. Because I'm telling you, most cases, you're laughing at yourself and you don't even probably realize it in the beginning. A lot of these people out here are putting a lot of information out here just to make you think highly about yourself because you're not as bad as that person, but you come to realize in the end, it's like they making fun of you. They talking about you. They looking directly at you right through that camera and speaking directly to you, laughing right in your face. And you just consuming it, laughing at it, giggling, moving on and thinking everything is all great. It's such a weird thing that I feel like we do. We're just constantly out here looking for the bad and wanting to seek the bad and stay in the bad and trying to fix the bad to be good for you. You're never going to do that. Not never, but you're never going to do that. You're most likely never going to make that happen. If that person, so say like in a relationship, why is it that we always seem to tend to want to go towards the people that we know are going to damage us, know that aren't going to work for us, know aren't going to be there for us, know that aren't on time for us, know that aren't going to be able to show up for us, but yet we still keep fighting so hard to try to be with it, even though it left us. It left us behind and it said, I didn't want you, I didn't need you, I didn't need this, and you weren't the one for me, and you were this and that. But yet you still want to keep fighting for that one that said it didn't want you in the beginning. Why is it that we keep doing that as a people? Why is it that when that one that's just there, he's always there, she's always there, they're always making it, and you just like, yeah, I can't deal with that. And then you just always sitting around like, I just can't find this, I can't find that, I'm so sad, I'm so alone, I'm so this. It's like, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but it's something that I feel like a lot of us just really need to take a good hard look, like just stop, pause in life and just say, I'm tired of dealing with garbage and crap in my life, that I want to have something great, I want to have something awesome. Because there's a time in the day that I started to do that with myself, that I realized things are just starting to get better for me. That I have a very minimal amount of things in my life today that I just look at like, I don't work with this. Like me and that dog May. Me and her just don't work together. We don't get along. We don't mesh. Will she listen to me? Yeah, but we just don't get along. So why am I going to put all my energy and try to fix her as opposed to just working with these two or more of my other other two, soon enough, my other ones to just really dial them up even more, really put a lot more of my focus into that so that they could be better as opposed to working on that one that's just not going to work out. It just doesn't, it's just not there. It's not a matching. And it's something that I just feel like has really upgraded my life since all since the past 10 years in reality, since I've realized to just let go of some things that I know are just not good for me and not going to happen. Even though if I feel like it's a sacrifice in the beginning, in the end I realize it's an absolute blessing, because if I would have spent an extra 10 years with it, man, where would I be today? Just not doing anything at all that I'm doing right now. And that would be not doing anything at all that I wanted to be able to pursue in my future. Because there's been some things that I've wanted to do and been wanting to do for a really long time, but I've always been holding off on it because I've always been worried about what someone's going to say, because I'm always trying to be with that one that's not right, that's just always constantly trying to sabotage me, bring me down, damage me, hurt me, destroy me, try to do anything like that. That I know it's not just me, because I watch other people do the same thing, and I just really got a good understanding of it when I just really started seeing more and more people. I was like, man, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person on the planet that's doing this. I'm not the only one that's making this happen. And it just really got to me of thinking like, that's like the norm. That's like the what everyone wants for some reason. You just want chaos. You want destruction. Even though you don't say you want it right, like out front to the world, even to your own self at the moment. But you somehow you keep finding yourself in that situation. You keep finding yourself in relationships that are so damaging that you just, every time you get in one, you get out of it just like barely alive in reality. Every single time that you get a new job, for instance, you just quitting in 2 weeks because you're just like, you don't know how to even be able to survive in that, because you're constantly going to things that are not what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you just keep feeling as if that's all I can do and that's all I can get. When I'm saying there's a whole, so that's one half of the world. There's a whole another half of the world that's larger than that half, because the other half is the parts where you want to do and you want to pursue and you want to be a part of and you are happy with and you don't have to fix, and it's already there for you to just get better and better at. That you don't have any damaging things to try to work around, that it's already just good to go, and you just pursue further and further with it. Like, that's how I can in reality look at, say, these two animals right here as opposed to two of my other animals. I had to, say, fix them. I had to build them up. I had to complete them to be able to allow them to be able to be a functioning animal in this planet. Where these ones are already good to go. They came out, they came up, they're good, they're fine. They don't have no issues, no emotional issues, nothing going on with them. They're just good to go. So it's just a matter of just building them and keep cruising and cruising and cruising. There's things like that in this world that we should really start focusing more on, instead of trying to fix everything and think that I'm going to fix this guy to be able to be what it is that I want so that we're going to be good to go in the future. That's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. And with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for today, for a very interesting day. Today has been a laid-back day for me of getting some rest, and I feel like catching up on some rest from doing some stuff that I've been very, very busy on keeping up with a heavy workload. Not much of a physical workload, but I've come to realize a mental workload is, I'm telling you, way more than a physical workload. But it's a very, very rewarding situation, because the more that you use your brain, the more, say, funds you're going to have. And fun at the same time, I look at it. But the more fun you're going to have in your life with doing more of a mental workout as opposed to some physical labor, because physical labor just pays you minimum wage. And I don't think that people are really quite understanding that. And that's something I don't think that they really teach you in school anymore. And in reality, all the subjects that you thought were like so hard, like maths and sciences and your physics class and all that stuff that was so challenging for you to do, that's the stuff that's actually in reality going to be able to bring you to be able to buy the mansions and buy the 1,000 acres and be able to have the funds to be able to do such a thing. But we just neglect it and put it to the side as if it doesn't matter. And that's something that I think a lot of people are really need to start to get a better understanding with. Where myself, I thought like all that was kind of stupid. I love math, but I thought it was just like stupid. Like, I don't need it and I don't need to worry about it. But I come to realize something that's very, very powerful in this world, and it's just an absolutely amazing tool to be able to have, be able to utilize, to make sure that I can have what it is that I want to be able to have. And with that, I just am so thankful for the fact of having a good understanding and a realization that today, watching a few videos really got me thinking a lot about the whole concept of wanting to try and fix people to work for you, wanting to fix people to try to be better for you, wanting to try to fix stuff to try to work for you, as opposed to just getting stuff that does work for you, being around people that do already work for you, being around people that are already just there for you. And this is something that I feel like needs to change and needs to have a shift, because if we're constantly trying to fix some things, you're not going to fix it, especially when it comes down to a human being. With animals, we have a slim chance of being able to do as such, where one out of my two has been able to fix, to be able to work with me, and the one just doesn't want to come along. But if I just keep on putting all my energy into that thing that just doesn't want to come along, that doesn't want to work with us, it doesn't want to be a part of the pack, it doesn't want to be a part of the crew, it's going to come to be a point that it's going to destroy the whole everything. It's going to destroy all of us. It's going to mess everything up out here that we're doing. It's going to make everything just get into an absolute just sabotage it all. Because I do notice every single time that to say that one specific dog isn't out here, these two are, I'm going to say, perfect. They're pristine. They act right. They do right. They are right. Or that one is destroying the pack. It's destroying the crew. And why would you want to keep working on that and bringing that closer and closer into you, knowing that it's going to damage you? So for me, I feel like I have to make some tough calls, some tough decisions on what it is that I want to continue to keep working on, because other things I've learned to let go, especially like, oh my goodness, especially women. You're not going to fix me. You're not going to work on me. I'm not some tool to you. I'm not some project to you. And I come to realize like that has been able to really like upgrade my life in such a fantastic way. A fantastic way of being able to just live and breathe and be, and don't have to worry, and don't have to feel like I'm losing myself to be around somebody, to be something that somebody is thinking that they want from me, and then they start to just push really hard all their goals, all their dreams, all their everything on you to try to force you to be that you stop being what it is that you are. And I feel like I've been a part of that majority of my entire life, and now I'm finally able to do what I do. And when sitting here in front of all my baby chicks, I don't know if these are baby chicks anymore. They looking pretty big, almost dinner eating size at this point. But sitting here doing that, sitting here even with my dogs, and being able to do experiments with my dogs to get a good understanding of knowing how to be able to properly take care of animals, how to be able to properly take care of stuff, knowing that my methods work. My methods are on point. My methods are premium of being able to get stuff to understand what it is that I'm looking for. Even these chickens, they have a good understanding of what it is that I'm looking for. And it's something in me that's just like an absolute blessing to be able to have and to be able to do. And I'm just so thankful for this.